Talking about chickens, lots of love here. So here's what I'm going to be doing this year. Are you outside? You are? Daddy didn't put you back up? So what is Patara going to do this year as far as adding new chickens and whatnot to the farm? Let's talk about it. So, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Patara with you here today on Appalachia's Homestead. I'm getting a lot of folks that are asking about chicken breeds. You know, we're entering, hey, it's February now. We've got January behind us. We are now into February, so you know what that means, darling. That means it's chick season, baby chick season. So what breeds am I going to be adding or getting again? And what do I recommend for you? So I've been thinking about how in the world I was going to make this video. I can sit down and go through 100 breeds of chickens. Do I have 100 breeds of chickens? Maybe. But my point here is I think that I'm going to come at this video and give you advice based upon what I'm doing right now this year. Now, you do what you want, and here is why I'm doing it that way. It's because I can sit here and talk about chicken breeds till the cows come home, and everybody's going to have their thoughts or opinions about it. In fact, what I'm going to do may not be necessarily what you agree to do or want to do. But if you were to pin me down at the Dairy Queen and we're buying a dip cone, this is going to be the same advice that I'm going to give you. I'm going to say, look, this is what I'm going to do. You do what works best for you and your farm, or based upon, you know, what you like or what your goals are or what breeds you've had. But if you've never had chickens before, you know, you're kind of looking at everything going, what do I do? A lot of folks just run to the co-op, they run to Rural King, they run wherever, or get a magazine, a catalog. Remember how y'all used to sit and circle our Christmas in the JCPenney catalog? Those were good old days, weren't they? Some of these young folks are like, I don't know what she's talking about. But anyway, we still do that, us old folks. We do that with chickens and seeds and all that when we get these beautiful catalogs that come in the mail. So I've been kind of going over some things in my mind the past week or two because it's that time of year. So here's what I'm going to be doing. And it's going to kind of talk about that, but it's going to talk about a few other breeds. And, you know, do what works best for you. Let's get started. Can you hear all my deer? They just went over that way. All right, so we got a little bit up. Stinker. Okay, so here's what I'm doing this year. And so the first thing that I am going to do is replenish again. I did it last year. I'm going to do it this year. If you pin me up against a wall in September, you got one chicken to choose from. What are you going with? What are you doing, girl, and why? Guys, it's a Buff Orpington. Hands down, 100%, who's your daddy? Buff Orpington. Now, I'm going to add some pictures and footage of whatnot here or there in the video as I can. I'm not going to go in the run in the mud and pick up a Buff Orpington right now. So you'll see some pictures. Probably one of the most well-known breeds of chickens in the world. Orpingtons are great, but particularly the Buff, you just can't go wrong. I've had Buff Orpingtons for years. And about every other year or so, I like to, get some new ones, add some new babies. I'm continually trying to hatch out new babies. Actually, that's not true. I just have broodies all the time. My girl wants to broody all the time. It's the story of my farm. It has been. You have 1,400 videos to prove that to you. But I do like to go or order a new little stock to keep it fresh, to keep it going. So the number one bird that I'm going to be getting is more Buff Orpingtons. Like I said, I got some last year. Here are my reasons why. Number one, they are beautiful birds. Number two, they are calm birds. Number three, they are a dual purpose bird. So what that means is they're good for eggs, high egg production. They're also good for meat if you so desire. They tend to be fuller, healthier girls. So the bonus to that is they don't tend to be flighty. So when these girls come out of the run, when they come out of the coop, they tend to stay low to the ground, okay? I'm not telling you they can't hop up and perch and do all these things, but my experience and by what I know of other folks, they're not like a, leghorn or an Easter egger that are just going crazy all the time, trying to get over the fence, run up the road, talk to your neighbor. No, they kind of stick close to home. They do their own thing. Girls got apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur going on, so she can't exactly jump very high. So if you ask me today, Patara, I can only get 4 to 6 chickens. I want hens. What are you telling me? What are you telling me I should do? I'm going to tell you Buff Orpington. Because in addition to all the things that I just told you, the eggs, calm girls, beautiful birds, very friendly, good with children, they also tend to go broody and they make excellent mothers. I've got 2 or 3 right now, not even a year old, that are already right now in winter thinking about going broody. I'm working with them. They may not. They may start. They may not hold. But I'm telling you, this is one of the best breeds for broodiness. I've talked about this for years. And the last thing that I want to say is that they are, kind of this buff color. So they really tend to blend in really nice in the winter. In other words, if they free range a little bit or if they're out, they're less likely to be picked up by a predator than, say, a white leghorn or something like that. So they do camouflage nicely. Really smart foragers. I'm just telling you all around, if you have to pick the end-all, I'm going with Buff Orpington. Now, if a lot of you are like me, you are absolutely disgusted at the prices of everything going up. You're disgusted at inflation and all the stress that's bringing to your farm and your homestead. If you're not experiencing that yet, oh, it's coming. So I've been thinking about what birds am I going to add that make the most sense. That's why I told you the Buff Orpington. They have proven themselves. The second bird that I'm going back to and re-adding to the flock this year is, okay, I am going old school again on you right here. Most people that homestead or have farms or chickens, you're not shocked that I told you a Buff Orpington. I'm going old school again, y'all. Get ready. We're going with some more barred rocks. These are easy to find. They are great birds. They are beautiful birds. Again, more on the dual purpose side of life with what I told you earlier. Beautiful eggs, large eggs, brown eggs. The Buff Orpington is a brown egg, brown large egg, and so is the barred rock. So, you're not getting exotic here with all these crazy colors, but you're getting a good layer, a good bird, good camouflage, because if you free range, like I said, Why invest in birds that is simply going to feed the fox and the hawk? That never makes any sense. So I want something that has a long range of purpose in terms of hardiness and characteristics that endure a lot of different things. They have different personalities. They're a little quirky, I think. They're a little saucy. Great broodies, at least in my experience in the past. And I've just been observing my flock, and I was like, I have like 2 barred rocks. We got to change that. All right, guys, we're going to move back up here because we're getting rain, rain, rain. But here's the deal. Number 3, I'm getting golden comets. If you've been hanging out with us for a long time, you know that I've had golden comets in the past. I highly recommend them. I want a whole new bunch. Why? Because they are incredible egg layers. They are cute little birds. They lay over 330 eggs per year. That's what they are bred for. They are a sex link. There are different types of sex links, okay? And that is basically a crossbreed. You've got Black Star, Red Star, Cinnamon Queen, keep naming them. And I have had about every single one they sell, about every single one they can make. And I can just tell you right now that even though I've loved all of them, the Golden Comet is my favorite. What it boils down to, folks, is there's all kinds of breeds that give beautiful colored eggs and exotic things. And I have a lot of those and I love them. But at the same time, my farm is changing. My farm is evolving. If you're going to be spending the time, if you're going to be spending a lot of money and upkeep on your flocks and on your chickens, you're going to want the items to give you the most production. That seems to make the most economic sense. A lot of these birds are great as far as broodiness. They're great, like I said, with egg production. They have beautiful coloring that can be camouflaged easily so you don't lose your investment. And this is what I'm going for this year. Now, we can talk about all kinds of other breeds. Easter eggers are great. I love, even though I've mentioned the leghorn, I would never get white leghorns again because they're white. They're small. They're flighty. They are like total predator prey. Great birds, but they don't tend to make sense in the end. That's why they're cooped up in hen houses and not out running around on farms as much as you would think. And it's for the reason that I just mentioned. High egg production, but everything else falls through the cracks. So you want something, you want girls that are going to hang with you on all of these elements. Now, I will also tell you that I have had barred rock roosters and I have had buff Orpington roosters. Never had a problem with them. You may have had a different experience. Hey, somebody's going to, and that is okay. But as I go through all the different styles or variety of birds and different things that I've had over the years, like I said, my flock is changing. If I'm going to be doing it, I want it to be the most productive for me, my farm, my egg customers, and everything else in between. About to get a thunderstorm, it looks like, in February. Hope you're doing well out there. I wanted to get this out because I'm getting videos rolling this week and a lot of people are saying, I'm getting chicks, what do you think? I'm getting an incubator, what should I hatch out? So this is what I'm doing. We can talk about breeds if you want to know about something in particular that maybe I have, or maybe you've seen, like, you know, a lot of folks like to ask a lot of questions about naked necks, turkins. They're great birds. But if you said, Patara, you're going to take a turkin or a buff Orpington, it's a no-brainer. I want y'all to have successful farms and homesteads. Okay? All right. We appreciate you watching. We've got bread coming up. We got biscuits coming up. We got all kinds of fun stuff coming up. And we appreciate you being here. We really, really do. Let me know if you have questions. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of comments down below. Other folks, other farmers, other crazy chicken ladies that have had different experiences. And they're going to add their spice. They're going to say, well, I prefer black Australorp. Or, you know, I prefer speckled Sussex. Hey, I like them too. Don't get me wrong. All right, guys, let's get out of the rain and we'll see you on the next video.